Hello, today we'd like to take a look at the domain and the range of a radical function. As a matter of fact, as long as we're looking at the domain and range, we're going to look at what happens to the function as x either increases or decreases and how that's actually affected by both the domain and the range. Our radical function that we are going to be looking at is always going to include, at least today, a square root. Okay, this is our basic, we're going to call it our parent function. Okay, now how this function is adjusted can happen in several different ways. Some of, not all of them, include these three different numbers that we've added in here. This a, and what this a does is it stretches the function vertically. Either makes it smaller or shorter, go up slower if the a is between 0 and 1. And it goes up faster if a is greater than 1. I think we've seen this before in other places. The other thing that a does, which is unique, is it will flip the function over if it is negative. So when we get to the range, we're going to look at the range will go up or increase if a is negative. I'm sorry, if a is positive. Let's write that down here. And the range will decrease if a is negative. Okay, so that a is going to become important as we look at the range. As we look at the domain, our input values, what kinds of things can we put into the function? Well, the function as a whole is not going to be bothered by, pardon me, the inputs as much as this center part underneath the square root is going to be affected by the inputs. What do we know about square roots? As long as we're disregarding imaginary numbers, which we are, we're dealing with a function, we want to stay in real numbers. That means our interior of this radical, this square root, has to be greater than or equal to 0. Now that's going to be the same whether you're dealing with a square root or any other even root. When you start getting to odd roots, that could change. That would become something that is a little bit different. So this x minus h in this inside of this square root is going to have to be greater than or equal to 0. Whatever was underneath that square root is going to have to be greater than or equal to 0. We'll take a look at maybe some of the ways that that could change as well. This h shifts this whole function to the left or to the right. And that's how it affects our x values, because x values measure to the left and to the right. Which leaves us with our k. What does this k value do? Well, this k value over here takes the function and shifts it up or down based on that k value. Now, that combined with this concept of our a letting our function increase or decrease, this is going to give us the start, our k value is going to give us the start of our range. And if that provides the start of our range, and we know where our y values are going to go from there, whether they're going to increase or decrease, we can put those two concepts together to create our whole range. Okay? That's the basics of our radical functions.